India-Canada diplomatic clash sparks major delays in visa processing for Indian applicants. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're covering one of the most urgent issues affecting thousands of Indian nationals and Canadian industries, the delays in visa processing triggered by the ongoing diplomatic tensions between India and Canada. Whether you're a student, a professional, or a family member waiting for your visa, you'll want to stay tuned to find out how this could affect you. These delays are impacting everything from education to the workforce, and the effects are being felt across multiple sectors. But stick around, because later we'll explore the wider implications this diplomatic fallout could have on trade and overall diplomatic relations between the two countries. There's a lot at stake here, and you won't want to miss it. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates on Canada's immigration policies and international relations. Now, let's jump in. The diplomatic fallout and immediate impact. In September 2024, Canada's relationship with India took a sudden and serious turn. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau publicly accused the Indian government of being involved in the assassination of Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in British Columbia. In response, India denied the claims, but the diplomatic repercussions were swift and significant. One of the biggest consequences has been a major slowdown in visa processing for Indian nationals. After the accusations, India demanded that Canada reduce its diplomatic staff, cutting the number of diplomats in India from 62 to 21. This reduction has caused significant delays in visa processing for Indian nationals hoping to study, work, or reunite with their families in Canada. In fact, India was Canada's largest source of new permanent residents in 2023, with over 118,000 Indians gaining residency. Additionally, over 226,000 Indian students were enrolled in Canadian institutions that same year, making them a key part of the country's educational system. These delays are now putting students, professionals, and families in limbo, while the ripple effects are being felt in many industries that depend on these applicants. The severity of visa processing delays. Visa delays have hit several sectors hard. For Indian students hoping to study in Canada, these delays couldn't have come at a worse time. Many students are stuck waiting for their visa approvals, which puts them at risk of missing key university deadlines or losing their spots in academic programs. This is especially tough for universities and colleges in Canada, as they rely heavily on international students for tuition and operational income. Meanwhile, on the business front, industries such as technology and healthcare, which depend heavily on skilled workers from India, are feeling the pressure. Canada is already facing a shortage of skilled workers, and visa delays are making it harder for businesses to fill critical roles. Companies are facing project delays and even losing potential revenue due to staffing gaps. Families hoping to reunite with loved ones are also affected, with visa applications that normally take weeks now being delayed by months. There's no clear timeline on when things will return to normal, leaving many in uncertainty. The delays are due, in part, to the fact that Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada is operating with fewer staff in India. The remaining diplomats are focusing on urgent cases, while many applicants are facing extended wait times. Impacts on students and educational institutions. Indian students are the largest group of international students in Canada, making up 41% of all international students in 2023. These students are not only an integral part of academic life but also a major revenue source for Canadian universities and colleges. Many of these students had already been accepted to Canadian universities and were in the process of securing study permits when the diplomatic tensions began. With visa delays now a reality, these students are unsure if they'll be able to start their programs on time, causing them great stress. For the educational institutions that depend on international student tuition to sustain their operations, this could result in financial hardship. The broader Canadian economy also feels the impact, as international students spend money on housing, food, transportation, and other daily needs. Impacts on skilled workers and industry. Industries that depend on international talent are also feeling the effects. The technology sector, in particular, relies on Indian professionals to fill highly skilled positions. Delays in processing work visas are making it difficult for companies to onboard employees, and this is causing project delays and revenue losses. The healthcare industry is facing similar challenges. Canada has long relied on healthcare workers from India to help address its staffing shortages. With visa processing times now dragging on, hospitals and medical facilities are struggling to fill critical positions, including nurses and specialized healthcare professionals. Additionally, sectors like agriculture and construction, which employ temporary foreign workers from India, are experiencing further disruptions. These industries are already grappling with labor shortages, and delayed work permits only exacerbate the problem. Insight from immigration specialists. Immigration lawyers and consultants are noting that many Indian nationals are experiencing significant delays in their visa application processes. Given the current uncertainties, these specialists recommend that applicants stay informed about the latest updates and explore all possible options. Consulting with immigration professionals ensures that all documents are in order and that crucial deadlines are met, helping minimize the risk of further delays due to processing backlogs. Solutions to address the delays. Although the diplomatic situation between India and Canada remains tense, there are several ways to mitigate the delays in visa processing. 1. Reallocating processing to global networks. Canada can reduce the backlog by redistributing visa processing tasks to its global network. Currently, about 89% of Indian visa applications are processed outside of India, but this system could be expanded to lighten the load further. Countries like the UK, the Philippines, and Australia could take on additional cases to relieve pressure on the reduced diplomatic staff in India. 2. Expanding digital services. Canada's visa application system has increasingly moved online in recent years. By expanding these digital services even further, IRCC could reduce the need for in-person appointments. One potential solution could be implementing digital biometrics collection, allowing applicants to submit their data remotely. 3. Strengthening visa application centers. Visa application centers in India are still operational, but they could be better utilized. By expanding the administrative tasks they handle and extending their operating hours, these centers could help ease the pressure on the remaining Canadian diplomatic staff. 4. Temporary fast-track programs. To address urgent cases, such as healthcare professionals and students with academic deadlines, IRCC could introduce a temporary fast-track program. This would prioritize urgent applications and ensure that critical needs are met, even amid the delays. Broader implications. Impact on trade and diplomatic relations. Now that we've covered the visa delays, let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture. India is Canada's 10th largest trading partner, and for years, the two countries have been negotiating a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. But with this diplomatic rift, that agreement is now in jeopardy. Trade between the two countries involves key sectors like agriculture and energy. For instance, Canada exports large quantities of agricultural products to India, including pulses and lentils. With the diplomatic tensions rising, this trade could be disrupted, leading to shortages and price increases for consumers. On the energy front, India has been seeking to diversify its energy sources, and Canada's natural gas and renewable energy industries have been seen as potential partners. But with the current diplomatic climate, these discussions may stall or even be cancelled. Impact on education and long-term relations. The long-term effects on Canada's education system could be significant. If visa delays continue, Indian students may start looking elsewhere for education, in countries like Australia or the UK, where visa processing is more stable. In the long run, this conflict could also harm Canada's reputation as a welcoming destination for international students, making it harder for institutions to attract students in the future. Diplomatic relations could also be strained for years, affecting cooperation in areas like defense, technology, and climate change. Restoring trust between the two countries will take time, and the longer the tensions last, the harder it will be to rebuild these partnerships. Final takeaways. Solutions and recommendations. While the diplomatic clash between India and Canada has created serious challenges, there are clear solutions that could help alleviate the impact of visa processing delays. By reallocating tasks to global networks, expanding digital services, strengthening visa application centers, and introducing fast-track programs, Canada can address the current backlog. For those affected by the delays, it's essential to stay proactive. Keep checking updates from Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, consider alternative destinations, and seek legal advice if necessary. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Canada Chronicles and hit the notification bell to stay updated on Canada's immigration policies and diplomatic developments. Have any thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments below. See you in the next video.